On team 1, we have ourselves Christina coming back as a feral druid. We have Asher as a windwalker monk. On the same team, we have Kay. Just Kay as a retribution paladin. G-Funk as a survival, and we got ourselves Crom as a fury warrior by the looks of it. On the other team, we have ourselves Washed Up as Demo. We got ourselves MM as MM by the looks of it. We got ourselves Kenem as a BM. BM, dude. We got ourselves Aliens as a ret with Talon Rice as a ret. Is that how they say it? Talon Rice? Close enough, right? Close enough. Kenem taking lots of damage from Asher, though. Having to go from mad healing off the bat. That's going to be a stun into Asher, getting those kill shots back to back. Quite a... Oh! Massive kick in the upper. Just an uppercut on that Hunter. Didn't expect for his health to go from safe to dead in just a moment's notice. And now Asher has to play this a little bit defensively versus Elian, right? What's his name? Elian Rice? So, Talon Rice. So you guys got two paladins, Talon Rice and Elian Rice? Ellie, we'll call you Ellie. Ellie and Telly. How does that sound? Ellie and Telly. Asher popping off a big defensive as cooldown's coming out for Ellie. Ellie the Retribution Paladin, not Ellie the Elemental Shaman, which would be perfect if that was your name. Swapping the rogue person. So sorry, boys. Disarm onto the Pala. Oh, check out your weapon, dude. We don't see that one often. The guitar, man. The guitar. Wasn't that added in TBC? Pretty sure that was a BC weapon, right? The fact that you have it, man, that's awesome. Asher getting stun locked in a Hodge for a second, but does have dampened harm to reduce some of that damage. Kind of a long cooldown with dampened harm. I think it's a 1.5 minute CD, but it was useful there to be if you are able to pre-dampen a stun from a paladin, especially since it got quite a bit of dam. That's a really, really good cooldown altogether. Asher going for that Ring of Peace, not playing good karma, so he does have a limitation on how well that karma can maintain him. Better use that karma at high health or as soon as you see big cooldowns out of the enemy. So you might want to be a little bit more ahead of the curve with that karma. Doing a bit of damage to Ellie though, not even popping cooldowns. That kick was amazing. Ellie though does have Seraphim Final Verdict. That's gonna be Asher getting out of there. Not Final Verdict. Oh, man. Final Reckoning. That's what it is, man. I'm gonna get that one wrong a lot, dude. Into a lockdown into Ellie. Big damage available. Blessing of Protection coming out. If only Asher was a Blood Elf, you might be able to remove it. It looks like Ellie is getting a little bit aggressive here. Zuenna's still able to do a bit of nature damage to Ellie. As soon as the Blessing of Protection is down, Asher still have Weapons of Order. Zuenna's still up. He could make something happen here. Big damage. Ellie is under quite a bit of pressure, trying to maintain themselves with heals. Defensives are available. It's going to get a stun into Asher. Could potentially turn around. It looks like Ellie themselves do not have the damage. So he's going to have to wait until the next Hammer of Justice before they lock him down for some big damage. Bob does have Shield of Vengeance. So as long as he can survive the damage from Asher, it looks like random wings coming out. It's going to be disarm immediately for Asher. Trying to survive the output. If Ellie, can you actually bubble this? Shield of Vengeance does come out. We'll be able to delay Forbearance long enough so he will have a bubble versus Asher. Asher holding on to Trinket, Karma, Dampened Harm available very, very soon, and is going to back out a little bit early. Try to make himself a bit of a setup. Make a setup a port. Ring of Peace ahead as Ellie charging in. If Ellie only popped cooldowns, that would have been big value for Asher. Hodge onto Asher. Ellie got big Seraphim available. Instant Trinket Karma for Ellie. Could be a bubble as he's locking him down with Fist of Fury. Still quite a bit of damage coming out by the Pala. Big Lasso Verdicts onto Asher. Does some mobility, so he's bailing out of there. Forced a bubble, but now he still needs to survive. That is still wings roaring and blazing for Ellie. In cap onto the Paladin as Asher got that mobility. Rushing out of there, man. Rushing out of there ASAP. So Ellie, your cooldowns are down for a bit unless you get a Seraphim up soon. Shield of Vengeance up in 30 seconds. Asher, on the other hand, 30 seconds on that Zuenna, so Shield of Vengeance and Zuenna are going to line up pretty well, actually. But without a bubble and bop, Asher now has a much better opportunity to potentially score a kill into Ellie. Disrupting that Fist of Fury. Asher does use a wall here, though, so it is a big cooldown just out. What's the cooldown on that one for monks? Isn't that like 3 minutes? The 45, it's not, there's no way it's 2, right? It's like a 3-minute cooldown. It's a pretty long one. Is it? Because I know for Brewmasters it's like a 7-minute cooldown, but you'll reduce it every time you use a brew. So it ends up being like a 3-minute maybe. Stun onto Ellie. No way out of it. Zuenna's doing damage. Could be set up. Touch of Death comes out. Just did not want to make sure to leave it to a chance. Am I going to Rising Sun kick and eliminate him? Or is he going to have a global? Just Touch of Death and take him out of the game. And next up is going to be Telly taking low. Oh my god, the damage they're taking from Asher. Oh my goodness. Absolutely decimated by this monk. Absolutely came in with, I don't even know what they were expecting. Oh my goodness. Asher planted a banner on the guy. That's a bit of BM, but man, that's, wow. MM is going to be up next. Does have the Ventio playstyle with the kill shots. He's ready, had that double tap ready for Asher, but the line of sight the monk created pretty early on was pretty good. Also, where is his head, dude? His shoulders are so big. When you're aiming your bow, your head just like, he doesn't need eyes to see, dude. Oh man. For a marksman hunter who's all about aim and accuracy, like your shoulder just covers your face. Well, maybe with patch 9.1, when they add opportunity to remove one on the shoulder, while the left shoulder is the cooler one with the skull and the stakes in its head, like, you might want to remove it just to make sure you can see it. Look at that aim shot, dude. He's looking into his own shoulder. Does get a hit onto Asher, but Asher is going to be A-okay for now. Explosive shot doesn't seem to do nearly as much. So it looks like MM, the hunter, is going to have to wait. His little name is MM. MM, what is it? Patrol. I don't know what that means, but we're gonna call him MM. He literally has MM in his name. Is gonna get some procs up to Asher, but that's gonna be line of sight immediately. The monk is leveraging that mobility as best as he can in cap, and now might be able to walk up a leg sweep. MM not doing it, not going for it. Freezing trap is gonna force it out, and MM is gonna get that rapid fire rolling. He needs to get that monk out in the line of sight, and also get a slow on him. He wants to kite him out in the open. Does use a knockback trap. Doesn't really pan out for him nearly as well. Asher knocking the monk, knocking the hunter out of the room. Scatter shot does disrupt him. Is gonna have a binding shot. Do you have a Tiger's Lust for it? He does not have a Tiger's Lust. That's gonna be a Door of Shadows for MM. I don't really know if he needed a Door of Shadows, but he decided to bail out of there. Asher popping a defensive with dampen harm, trying to reduce some of the damage, using the line of sight that the arena has in order to create some, shorten the distance. Big damage on MM. I think he has him. Turtle comes out at the last second, like 1 health for MM, and looks like he canceled the turtle immediately. Trying to get some slow zone to Asher, but I think that Zuen is just gonna do work. I think that Zuen just has you pinned. Try to go for feign death. Looks like the real death came out. Super unfortunate. With washed up as the last one, dude. Playing out the demonology. Big old pet, big old head floating around. Asher is just gonna have to play a whole nother game here with these pets, because washed up can stun him and stop Asher's goes so often. Immediate pet stun if it goes down to stun him. Actually uses the pet stun early before even Lexi comes out. That's gonna be trying to summon out some pets. Trinket early for washed up, going for the trinket for Asher. Does land the interrupt onto the fear. So locks washed up on Shadow, can still use some demon summon spells. As goes the Tyrant. Should be able to get himself full Tyrant. That's going to be immediate port for washed up Asher on the chase. Tyrant going to be slapping in the back of his head. It looks like washed up just can't get away from him. Has to gateway, but Asher closes the gap with a dragon kick. Tyrant is still doing quite a bit of damage, but that damage is going to get redirected to washed up. Pop in a wall with a fear onto Asher. Trying to create a soul well to get himself a Hellstone immediately. I don't know if he made a Hellstone early. I don't know if he even made a Hellstone for his team, which actually is a Warlock. You are allowed to do that for the 5v1, for the 5v5 1v1 Duels. If you do have a Warlock on your team, he is allowed to make a Hellstone. It's just kind of part of the rules. Certain things are shared, because imagine like an Arms Warrior versus like a Feral Druid. Arms Warrior, there's no way he can win. But what if an Arms Warrior uses a Hellstone and squeezes out a win? That's fun to watch. That's why we have stuff like that. Plus, it'll be really difficult to just like make rules of like, you could use this, but you can't use that. So like things that are shareable. We're not gonna try to control what we can't in-game control. It's not like I could like disable a setting. Although that'd be cool, Blizzard, if you guys want to add like ways for us to control like when dampening comes in, how fast dampening rolls in, or maybe when like what honor talents are allowed in arena, what aren't, that'd be awesome for 5v5 1v1s. I don't know if they're listening. Big damage to the watched up, does have a port available. Does have reflect, but I don't think he has much left. Mortal Coil doesn't really run Asher away from washed up, actually runs him kind of in his direction. Boops the Warlock to him. Oh my god. Just booped him right on his foot as it goes up. Damn. Asher taking these boys to town, man. Look at that, dude. Look at that. That was some damage, man. That was some damage. Monk totally not busted. Oh, come on, dude.